Hello class, how is it going? Bryce Reed here. Today I want to talk to y'all about renewable energies and why we should make the move to renewable energy as a safer, more reliable resource for the future opposed to fossil fuels. To begin, I'd like to go through what are renewable energy and what are fossil fuels. Renewable energies are any kind of energy that can be harnessed or synthesized from renewable resources such as solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric, or even geothermal, which is collecting the heat energy from the Earth's core. We've seen renewable energies as well throughout history. One example would be as far back as 8,000 years ago, we saw the first uses of sailboats to conduct international trade as well as vast exploration. And then we found, we had the discovery of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are the decayed remains of animals from the beginning of the Carboniferous era, from millions and millions of years ago. Today, what they have produced are energy resources such as coal, natural gas, and oil or petroleum, which are widely used worldwide today. The discovery of these led to the industrial era. This led to a huge increase in the advancement of technology, which led to a life-changing revolution worldwide. It is still today the major resource that we use for energy, the burning of fossil fuels, and actually 81% of U.S. energy comes from the burning of these fossil fuels. So, this leads me to the real point of me coming to speak to y'all today, and why I want to turn your attention to renewable resources. So what is the problem at hand? What we have is a huge overconsumption of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are being burnt at an exponential rate, and it needs to come to a stop because we are seeing terrible consequences on the environment. One of the main issues are air pollution. So this is because of the release of things like carbon dioxide that gets into the atmosphere and is causing destruction of the environment around us, which in turn hurts our health, which I'll get to more later. So what are the disadvantages or the consequences of fossil fuels? Well, first we have the environmental hazards. So like I touched on before, this is the release of greenhouse gases, which are leading to things such as global warming. These greenhouse gases are composed of things like methane, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. These are just a few of them that there are a few of the more common ones, but these lead to much more harmful effects down the road. We have food scarcity because sulfur dioxide causes acid rain to fall, which leads to acidification of loams and soils, making it almost impossible for people to grow their produce. We also have water shortages because water supplies are being contaminated with this acid, as well as the animals and plants that live and grow within, say, large bodies of water that are affected by this acidification are dying out. We then I have the impact it has on humans. So, like I said before, air pollution, which I know personally as a harmful effect because I suffer from things like asthma, and also have a father who passed away of lung cancer. So, and he never smoked cigarettes. So it was all mostly due to environmental factors that put his life at risk. And also, like I said before, some of the largest emitters of these particulate pollutants are coal and oil burning plants. Even the American Lung Association went as far to say that $14 to $15 billion are spent annually for people who have these lung ailments. Also, that air pollution has caused annually 70,000 lives in the United States and 200 to 500,000 worldwide. This again is due to immense air pollution, as well as things like I said before, like acid rain. We also have large oil spills, and also the extraction techniques are very dangerous and risky as well. So we have these oil spills where we spill vast amounts of resources, and it is almost impossible to collect any of it back. As well, to get rid of it, we have to the only way we can get rid of it is the use of heavy chemicals that end up harming the environment even more. We also have the extraction, the high risk of the job. So I have a brother who works on the oil rigs, and I've seen firsthand how dangerous and how hardcore that job really is. We also have another negative aspect is we have companies or organizations like OPEC. So OPEC is the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. This consists of 13 countries, which many of them are in the Middle East. We also have several in Northern Africa as well as a few in South America. These countries control 40% of the world's oil, and they also control the price. This is why we see constant fluctuations in price, because they are always regulating and always watching how much, or paying attention to how much oil they're producing, so that they can set their prices to best fit their agenda, and it doesn't help us in the end because we are buying much of our oil from those countries. So this leads me to the funnest part for me, my favorite part, all the benefits and amazing advantages of us relying more heavily on renewable energies in the future. So I'll go over a few things. We have sustainability, the health of our environment, the reliability of renewable energies, the economic benefits it would cause, and also, again, the health or the human health aspect of things, which I'll have some more statistics for you. So first off, sustainability. Renewable energies encapsulate everything sustainability stands for. It's an unlimited resource, and it also has little to no waste product. It's also easy to maintain, and it would better the health of not only us but the environment around us. This leads me to the health of the environment. So renewable energies will reduce the amount of emissions we release due to fossil fuels. It would also help. Cure the side effects that we have already from fossil fuels. So we could clean up the air once more. It would reduce the depletion of natural resources, and like I said before, it has little to no waste product. It is also a very reliable source of energy. It's because we have vast amounts of renewable resources around us at all times. The sun it's always going to be shining at least 12 hours a day. There's always going to be wind in some regions in the world. There's rivers are always going to flow. There's always going to be geothermal heat. So these resources are never going to run out, and there's vast resources for us to harness energy from. This leads to the economic benefits of it all. So one, the high price of energy would go down. So that's all the energy we use at home, as well as gas prices, etc. Renewable energies themselves are much cheaper than fossil fuels. It would lead to tons of job creation, and also there's less maintenance involved. So this means there's going to be less money put into keeping up the projects at hand. Also, the reason it is so much cheaper is the fact that with renewable energies, it's however much you invest into it is how much you're going to return. So what I mean by this is you invest so much money into buying the equipment, but once it's set up, it is just going to continue to produce energy for you for years and years to come. Unlike oil, where prices are constantly fluctuating, there's sometimes there's a lot of oil on the market, sometimes there's none. So there's always big inflations and all kinds of craziness. With renewable energies, it will be a stabilized price, and it will be easy to access for all governments around the world. Now I'd like to talk about human health. This time, though, I want to just give you some more, or a little more statistical evidence. So like I said before, the heightened air pollution causes serious respiratory ailments like lung cancer, asthma, etc. So it was actually stated by the EPA, if the Clean Air Act was implemented properly, it would save the United States $100 billion in the avoiding of illnesses and deaths due to the air pollution. Here's a quote actually from Tom Kiernan, the CEO of American Wind Energy Association, who actually said Americans will be able to breathe easier and live longer thanks to clean energy. He also went on to say that wind energy could grow to supply 20% of the United States power by the year 2030. He also went on to say that clean air benefits from wind power totaled $7.3 billion last year alone, without even including the value of carbon savings. So how can we, as a people, make a shift towards renewable energies and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels? Well, first one's simple: conserve energy. Always keep in mind, don't leave the faucet running. Don't leave lights on when you're not in the room. Small things like that can go a long way in saving you money as well as saving the world. Use equipment like Energy Star appliances, which are all under a standard to reduce their emissions by 10% less than their competitors. Buy into renewable energies. In some areas, it's very hard today due to regulations, but you just gotta keep researching and do whatever you can, to rely more on renewable energies. And also, as this trend grows, it would be more accessible and cheaper to install these resources, or these means to collect in the resource. We got another statistic here. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that 75% of American waste is recyclable. So please, people, just recycle. It's easy. Just, what recyclables are. We've been learning this since we were in elementary school. Things like tin cans, plastics, papers, like anything that you put in a recycle bin. Just always think about that when you're throwing it in a regular trash can. Think, where is that going to end up? It's going to end up in a giant dump, sitting there, just contaminating something, and it's going to get out into the environment and cause much more destruction than you ever would have thought. Also, going green in general. This is the best thing, which kind of encapsulates everything I already said and then some. So this is changing your whole mindset and finding a balance in your own life and respecting the environment and living sustainably. Also participate in programs, picking up trash, recycle, as I said, drive less in your automobile and walk more or ride a bicycle. So in here, what I want you to think about is our future. Consider our future as well as the future of generations to come, and how important it is to look deeper into renewable energies as our consumption continues to increase. Everyone wants to live a long, happy life and enjoy all the beautiful things nature has to offer. But if our trends continue, we can't expect better living conditions, better public health, better environment, or a healthier environment. No, we'll see this continue to fall, so it's time to make a change. Maybe if it's just recycling, you think, oh, that's not going to do much. But if we have if we had large participation in recycling, it could go a long way in helping the world's or the planet's environment. So I ask you, just take this information that I've given you today, take a look at the world around you and how you want to see it in the next 20 years, and think if you could move towards renewable energy, and if so, do what you can to live green and think about the environment around us so we have this beautiful world to live in for years and years to come. So again, continue this fight against fossil fuel burning, and let's look at a cleaner, safer, more reliable source of energy for all of us and for generations to come. Thank you.